Mic is muted. All right. So this officially to let us know. Emmanuel, please mute your mic. This to let us know that this video call is being recorded. That means everything that you are going to be saying here, some other persons are going to listen to it after now. It's very important that you know that. So you're welcome to tonight's session. Like I already said, we are discussing finding your voice, and I was trying to tell us the reason why tonight's session is important before I remember that I had to record. I was saying that one of the most important decisions that I have made about a decade ago was to find out what my uniqueness is, what my strength is, my area of expertise, build a message around it, and become impactful to the people around me. It has not been a rosy journey, but I will tell you that on the long run it has been really, really fulfilling. And for you that is here tonight, I believe strongly that one of the major things that you must do from now till next year is to really find out what your uniqueness is. In a world where everywhere in a world where we have so many billions of people, you need to understand that there is nobody like you on this planet Earth. I'm not doing motivational speaking tonight. I'm just telling you how this life is. You are wired differently, you are created differently, and you have a specific assignment. Your ability to find out what this is and begin to build a strong brand around it is amazing, and the rewards are really, really fulfilling. So I've talked about what finding your voice is simply discovering what your uniqueness is, building a message around your knowledge, your expertise, and then of course becoming impactful to the people around you. I'm going to talk from three different angles tonight. Number one is having a sense of purpose. Number two is positioning yourself as an expert, and then number three is profiting from your endeavors or your efforts. I'll start with number one, which is having a sense of purpose. If you are going to find your voice, it is very important that you have a sense of purpose. Sense of purpose here meaning simply means you getting to know what your assignment is. Why are you here? It is very, very wrong or bad, or even, I don't want to use the word stupid, to think that your creator will just bring you here on earth for nothing. I'm using a laptop to do this live right now. I have a phone with me. I have different things around me. Everything in the room where I'm seated right now was created by somebody. And before that person decided to create that thing, he already determined what the purpose of that thing is going to be. It will be very foolish for anyone to think that you as a human, you are just here to live, to go to school, graduate, get a job, get a family, and then you leave the planet Earth. No, there is something very unique, very special about it. It's very important that you find out what that thing is. If you are privileged to have elderly people around you, one of the questions you should always ask them is that what is one thing that you will have done differently? One major regret that you have. I do that a lot, and I find a lot of them telling me that they live their whole life chasing money and all of that. Most of them will tell you that they never had the privilege of living a fulfilled life. And sometimes some of these people that we speak to, I'm talking about people that in terms of success, every other person around them can be seeing them as successful people because of the material things that they have. But deep down inside them, they know that there could be more that they should have done if they have paid attention to other stuff rather than just chasing material things. So you must have a sense of purpose. I'm going to share three encounters that has helped me on my journey to self-awareness. So having a sense of purpose is talking about, self-awareness. So for me, in 2008, I became a Christian. I went to church. Please, if you're a non-Christian, just listen to my story. It's going to make sense, irrespective of your faith. I went to church, and I've been going to church, but this particular day I went and I like what I heard. I decided to say yes to Jesus. And then after I did that, I noticed something happens Something was happening strange to me throughout that week. I began to have very terrible dreams. I saw myself having sex in the dream. I saw myself eating in the dream. I saw myself being chased at in the dream. And I wake up like back to back for one full week with terrible dreams. So I became very scared. In my mind, I was like, I thought when you become a Christian, you are going to be safe and secure. Why am I having this kind of dreams? Because I wasn't having those dreams before. Okay, somebody's saying that my voice is breaking. Please, I need somebody else to confirm that. Can you hear me well, or is my voice breaking? You can
We
type
can
or you
hear
can.
you well. This is the
Okay,
person's network.
okay. Thank you. I needed to be sure that it's not a general thing. It can be your network, please. All right. So I was saying something. So okay, yeah. So I became very scared. Moses said he can hear me very well. Thank you. I became very scared. I decided to go see a pastor in my local assembly to share my experience with. So as I got into his office, the man I'm talking about happened to have a very strong prophetic gift. Before I could start telling him what my issue was, he started telling me about myself. So he said so many things. If I have my 2008, if I go get my 2008 diary, almost every time I share this at this space, I always like to. I just got my 2008 diary, my shelf. This is my 2008 diary. So when I talk to people about taking notes, having keeping good records, and practicing what I'm teaching you. 2008. It's just that it will be too tiny. I will have showed you what I wrote here. I wrote purpose 2008. This was after my this was after my encounter with that prophet, that I'm talking to you about. I'm going to read very briefly for it from it. He said, "You are a teacher." So you are a teacher, your destiny is tied to your pen. You are a teacher, your destiny is tied to your pen. Your life is writing. You are going to own magazines. You write books about character. You write about youth. You are going to become a professor, a consultant, a coach. You become a minister. Then he said some things about agriculture. I've not stepped into that, but he said I'm going to deal with chemicals of animals. He's seeing me doing stuff that will help crops to grow. He even mentioned what my first salary is going to be. You are going to be a teacher, lecturer, professor. Then he said God's word is the base of your teaching. He said um, um, you are going to be like Miles Monroe. Your teaching is going to be in two folds. You'll be teaching people in the secular world, but you'll be getting your inspiration from the Bible. And then he gave me Job 32, verse 8. He gave me Job 32, verse 8. He said I should meditate on that scripture. And then so many other things that he said. He gave me some instructions. He told me about marriage. I can't miss out in marriage. The person I marry is going to really um, determine if I'm going to achieve this whole thing. So I wouldn't want to go into all of that because of time. So you remember I said I went to his office for something else. So everything he was saying, it wasn't really what I wanted to hear, but at least I paid attention. And after then, I wrote those things down. So while brooding on them, I said to myself that who I was in 2008 is nothing to be compared to what this man said about me. I didn't look like it at all. Shy, timid, fearful. You are talking to me about coaching, consulting. In fact, let me say this. Remember, I was a baby Christian. I just I just received the life of Christ. So what made me believe him was that he talked about, he said some things that were very, very intelligent. This man I'm talking about, as at that time, he was not literate at all. He didn't know how to read, he didn't know how to write. He wasn't even speaking very good English. He used to speak pidgin. But that session he had with me, he said some things from a very strong intellectual realm. So in my mind, I was like, How did this man know what is consultant? How did he know this? How did he know that? That I'm sure that it was God that was speaking to him to me. In my little mind, that's what I said. So I began to take what he said to me seriously that day. And I knew that I won't be able to become those things if I don't pay attention to my personal growth and transformation. And honestly, that's what led me to reading books. It was my encounter with that man that led me to reading books. If I'm going to be a consultant, I have to be someone that is very smart, someone that is very intelligent. So I started reading a lot of books. One book that I read that actually also helped me, impacted me to the point that I'm doing what I'm doing today. It's a book by Miles Moreau. Remember, he mentioned Miles Moreau to me. So I started reading all of Miles Moreau's books and also listening to his messages. So one of the books I read that impacted me so much was the power and purpose of men. The power and purpose of men. For those that are very smart, I know you are writing it down so that you can check it out later. The power and purpose of men. That book is so good. Yeah, in that book, he talked about how God created the heavens and the earth, and then what God did was that He created everything that man would need before He now created man. So he said it was after God had created everything that man would need, He created man. Then He now gave man work. So he said that God did not give man work because He wanted him to have food to eat. He said He gave man work because work would help him to fulfill or to maximize his potential. Remember, God had said, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, and all of that. If man was going to become all those things that God has said, work will help him to maximize his full potential. So the purpose of work is not to see food to eat. The purpose of work is to help you become everything that God has ordained you to be. That was a strong turning point for me. I made that decision in 2009 or 2010. I said I was never going to work for money. I said I was going to focus on who God wants me to be, and I will naturally attract money. I didn't know what I was saying that time. I didn't know how it was going to happen and all of that. But I can tell you that 10 years after, I'm living those decisions that I made that time. So I mentioned the encounter I had with that pastor. I mentioned the impact of books also. And this is just one of the books I read. There are several of them that have been of great impact to me. So the encounter with that pastor, secondly, was the book. And then the third and the last one, talking about the sense of purpose, was a training I attended. And that training is really about you having an idea of who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, and all of that. So I in that training I did what we call a shape test. Shape is an acronym for spiritual gifts, heart, H, then A, ability, P, personality, and then E, experience. So in that training I was taught that God shaped you to serve people, and that God shaped you in a particular way to serve people, and it is as you are serving those people that every other thing that you want actually be attracted to you. So, like I said, the acronym for shape is S, spiritual gift, H, ability, A ability, sorry, P, personality, and then E, experience. Somebody can help me type that in the chat. Spiritual gift, heart, abilities, personality, and experience. So at the end of that training, it was not just about theory, it was practical also. So they had a questionnaire that they took us through that helped us to understand what our shape was. That gave me a very strong sense of identity. You know, there are things that I could do very easily. And before then, I was wondering why others didn't have the ability to do those same things, because those things were very easy for me. I didn't know that there were special abilities that I had until I went through that program. It was in that program that I knew that writing is a special gift. If I go somewhere, for instance, and maybe someone is teaching and the person is projecting, I'm very quick to spot out the errors that are on the screen. And I didn't know what that meant. It was in that program I understood that I have writing abilities, I have editing abilities. That's why somebody else can see that thing and just walk by and it means nothing. But for me, I'll look for a way to correct it. It was in that training I knew that I had a heartbeat for students. Before then, anytime I see WAEC, NECO, and JAM results, I used to feel very bad at the kind of results that students were having on a general level. And like a burden in my heart, but I didn't know what to do about it. It was after that program I knew that, okay, I think I have a message for them. So I now began to um, think about what I can do, what their problems were. Aside, I myself went for trainings so that I'll be able to provide solutions to them. So I started my whole coaching program with just students. I would go to schools, teach for free. I'll go to churches, teach for free. I'll bring teenagers from my church to my house, cook for them, use my screen and do projector, teach them for free. I was doing all of that. And then I started later attracting students from university, first degree, second. P is personality, Oluwatosin. E is experience. Thank you so much for doing that. And then later on, private individuals like yourself also started coming to say, oh, we also have issues with reading and all of that. Actually, the first program I did was the first coaching program I have, which I still run to date, is an academic coaching program. And the essence of that program is to help students attain academic excellence. So when I started attracting private individuals like yourself, that's when I decided to do a speed reading certificate program. So, like I already announced, for those of us that have been following, next year, I'm very sure of at least 2 different programs I'm going to still come up with. The first one is a program on writing, because I get a lot of people saying they like the way I write. They also want to learn how to write that way. I'm going to be coming up with a course for that. And then I'm also going to be I'm going to be coming up with a course for those that are planning to get married, those that are engaged, planning to get married. So I'm also a certified marriage counselor. I've been doing marriage counseling for 3 years now. So I intend to put my knowledge, my gifts, sorry, my experiences so far into a course that I can also sell to people. So that has been my journey so far. When it has come to self-awareness, I talked about the impact my meeting with that pastor, books, and then the training I attended on shape. So right now, somebody is here. Maybe you don't remember. I didn't plan to go and there's a way God works. I didn't plan to go and meet a pastor to say, please show me my future. No, I had something else in mind, and that happened. So that might not be your own story. If you are here, I believe strongly that God also wants you to walk in purpose, because he's the one that created you for that purpose. If you go to him, a very simple prayer asking him to show you what exactly he wants you to do, I believe God is gracious enough and he will show you. He might not show you in a dream, he might show you while talking to somebody. He might open your eyes to an opportunity, a community that will now, help you to become very self-aware of who you are. But I'm telling you this, that even if you just start paying attention to your personal growth and transformation, you will get self-awareness in reading books. You will get self-awareness in just reading books. You will discover yourself in books. Let me put it that way. Books are so powerful. They will open you up to your real potential. There are so many things right now that you don't know that you have the capacity to do. All I'm asking you to do is just to be consistent with reading. With time, those things are going to emerge. Speaking to you right now, facing this camera, all of you listening to me, it's a miracle. This is not Harry. This is not Harry. There's anything I'm scared of is to face camera and talk. This year, I took the bull by the horn and I decided that I was going to shoot my video course. Today, maybe towards the ending of this program, I'm going to maybe play my video course for you, maybe 1 minute, so that you can see what I did this year. Today, I was just listening, I was watching the video course, and I was just happy for myself. It was a major milestone. I contacted a professional camera guy here in Port Harcourt, and I told him what I wanted to do. He looked for a very beautiful hotel. I went there, sat down. We had 2 days. 2 days, is it 2 days? Yeah, 2 days in that hotel, and we're shooting videos back to back and all of that. As I look at it today, I know that I will be able to do better in my next video, but at least I tried something. I faced the camera, I spoke to the camera, for the first time. And it was amazing. That guy was very patient with me. God bless his soul. Yeah, so I'm saying that to mean that there's a lot to you than what you are doing right now. First of all, if you are going to find your voice, you must become very self-aware of who you are. Self-identity is very, very key, very, very important. I've shared with you some things that you can start doing in order to make that happen. Number two is that you need to position yourself as an expert. If you are going to find your voice, you are finding your voice at something. Everyone that we know today that is a voice, they have a message. So nobody is called to solve all the problems in this world. You have a particular solution, and there are people that need that solution. So for those that are writing, remember I've talked about having a sense of purpose or self-awareness. The second one now is positioning yourself as an expert. So if you are going to find your voice, you need to position yourself as a solution. That's what position yourself as an expert is. And if you are going to do that, you have to be able to choose a niche. One of the major things that something like a shape test will do for you is to help you to know what your major message is, what your strength is, your knowledge, your expertise, your experiences over the years. Is going to bring it to limelight. You become very obvious to you. So there are so many tools online. Somebody should write 16personalities.com. 16personalities.com. 16 is I 1 6. 16 is 16personality.com. If you go there, you are going to see a temperament test. That temperament test helps you to know your strength, your weakness, and all of that. But comprehensively, what I did, the shape test, in the shape test, personality, P is just one of it. You need to know what your gifts are. God has a gift for everybody. Then you need to know what your heartbeat is. What is that thing that keeps um what is the burden that you have in your heart? Your burden is not the same as mine. So somebody got raped. I hear about it. All I will do is, this is very bad. People are wicked. And then after 1 or 2 or 3 minutes, my mind is gone that Moses said he did that test, that he's a defender. Very good. I guess the term defender might mean someone that likes to fight for justice. And there are people like that. In fact, that was what I was giving as an example. So I hear somebody's raped, and you see me as like, wow, oh, this is very bad. Da, 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 da. 3, 4, 5 minutes, I've moved on to something else. But somebody else is going to hear that same thing, and they will not be able to sleep. Why? My heart is not the same thing as that person's heart. And God is one intentionally placing different burdens in our hearts because He wants different problems to be taken care of. There are some of you, if you see somebody, a graduate that has not gotten job for just 1, 2, 3, or 6 months, you try as much as you can to fix that person. It's a heartbeat that you have. You want people to be employed. My own habit is to see people become better version of themselves. I don't want you to be like this from January to December. I want you to be, there's something I was finding difficult to do something in January, and now I've been able to do it. It's now become very easy for me because I decided to grow. That's what gives me joy. So if you take a test like that, you'll be able to discover a niche for yourself. A niche is just an aspect of the market that you can bring solution. You find out that you are going to be either a melancholy or phlegmatic. You are usually very shy, we can be timid, Public speaking is not our thing and all of that. So, but for me now, there's virtually no week that I don't speak in public because I'm also a resident pastor in my local assembly. So I can't hide. In fact, I'm telling you that as a resident pastor, one of the moments I dread is when I want to climb the altar. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So sometimes the things that you're running away from are things that you must do at the end of the day. So, in terms of positioning yourself as an expert, the number one thing you have to do is choose a niche. Choose a niche. What is that thing that you are very good at that you can help other people with? That's what a niche is. After you have done that, you want to acquire in-depth knowledge about that niche. Remember what I told you. When I noticed that my heart was for students that were performing below average, what did I do? I didn't just start immediately to start organizing trainings for them. In fact, that's what led me to speed reading, because I knew that one of the major reasons why these students were failing was because they had a poor reading culture. I have failed WAEC 3 times. I failed JAM 3 times. It took me 7 years to gain admission, and I knew what I did that didn't that made me to fail all those years, because I ended up graduating as one of the best students in my department from someone that could not pass WAEC and JAM. I did a pre-degree program. That's how I got admission. So I knew what the problems are: lack of focus, no poor concentration, poor reading culture, inability to remember, exam issues, and all of that. So I put all those things together. I now went for trainings. I began to read books in those areas to see what the solution I could help them with. So the second thing you want to do is to acquire in-depth knowledge. Somebody is here, you like um you like helping people initiate relationships that can lead to marriage. Somebody is here listening to me. If you discover that that's what your niche is, except if you have been doing something about it over the years. If not, what you want to do first is to go for knowledge in that area. Read just about 30 books in that area. If you find out, for instance, you like to bring up leadership in people, just look for very good 30 books on leadership and read. Follow John Maxwell, follow Sam Adeyemi, all those leadership experts. Make sure you listen to one podcast or one YouTube video on leadership on a daily basis. I tell you, if you do this for just 6 months, it will be you'll be surprised at the kind of resourceful person that you can be in that area. So you acquire in-depth knowledge in that area. And then the third thing you want to start doing now is to now share your knowledge. I'm talking about positioning yourself as an expert. You now begin to share your knowledge. For instance, if you feel like you want to help people to become better leaders, or you know that naturally you are good at speaking in public and you want to help people that way, go for training in that area. Read books like How to Speak in Public by Dale Carnegie. Very amazing book. Is it How to Speak Confidently? Something like that. Read books like that. Seek for public speaking engagements yourself. Make sure that you are speaking in public, and then you now start teaching people. As you teach them, some of them will be getting results and they'll be giving you feedback. Document those results. The next thing you want to do is network with other people that are in that niche with you. I thank God for the internet. Thank God for social media. This thing is very simple. I've never met with Jim Quick. Jim Quick is my brain coach and my speed reading coach. I've never met with him, but I know him so well because I've listened to so many of his videos on YouTube that I cannot count. So I've networked with him. If you use eventbrite.com, you will see events that are happening in your city. I'm in Port Harcourt. If I go to eventbrite.com and I type events in Port Harcourt, you see so many events. Choose the one that aligns with your area of niche. Go out of the house, meet real people that are doing the same thing as you are. If you see people that have really gone ahead of you, seek mentorship from them. If they have a program, buy. That's the easiest way to gain access. If you can afford their one-on-one, fantastic. Fantastic. You do one-on-one with somebody, especially if that person is a good coach, automatically you are a mentee. So network, leverage on social media to do that. Speak at events. Don't wait for people to come for you. Go and tell them, I can do this. Next year, I'm going to be going from church to church. That's one of the things I want to do. Because as a pastor, I noticed that I have so many other fellow pastors that are not reading. And pastors are people that members expect that they should know so many things. So they'll come to you, ask questions about relationship, ask questions about business, about their hygiene, different things. So they expect you to know a little bit about everything. So I want to be able to help pastors in this area. I want to be able to speak at ministers' conferences because I see that in our ministers' conferences, we discuss virtually almost everything, but we don't talk about personal growth of the minister. So go out there, tell people I'm available. Somebody chatted me yesterday, a very young lady telling me that she wants to do a training program on reading and all of that. When I interviewed her, I knew that naturally um, there are places I would like to speak, and there are places that for now I might not be interested in speaking. But she's doing something I'm very interested in, which is reading, and I want to be able to encourage her. I gave her a yes. It was not very easy for me. I gave her a yes. When I went on that program, on her Telegram group, there are about 50 people there. When it's time for the training, nobody showed up. For 30 minutes, I was waiting. Nobody showed up. So after the whole thing, she chatted, she was apologizing. Told her no need to apologize. If it's possible, let me have a video chat with you. Do you know why I'm doing that? Because I've been there. When I was starting, trying to position myself as an expert, you called for a program free, something that people will benefit from. You even go ahead to look for experts in that area, beg them to come and do the talk, and people will not show up. You see three, four, five people. So what I wanted to do as a video call with her was to encourage her, to let her know that every good thing actually starts that way. So the program was a 3 days program. Before I came live here, the I think today is the third day. When I went live, in a group of about 50 people, I saw about two people there, two or three people. When I came live, I was the third person. So what I did was I encouraged her to be part of this live because I know it's actually going to also, help her. So, but I don't know if she's here now. In order to position yourself as an expert, you can also write a book. You can also write a book. And books are one of the shortest way to establish yourself as an authority. In fact, the word authority is from the word author is from the word authority, or authority is from the word author. So if you establish yourself, if you write a book, people tend to see you as an expert in that area. In fact, what I do is that I write a book. How I got almost all of you here right now is that I did a video on Facebook, and I promised you that if you click a link, I'm going to give you my book for free. That's why so many of you came. Everybody likes free. So you came to my WhatsApp because you wanted to collect something for free. And I gave it to you as I promised. And then I began to give you value, told you about my program, and then you are here tonight. You are registered, and then we are here tonight. So publish a book. Writing a book is not difficult the way you are looking at it. It's very easy. This is what I want to help people to achieve. What are the obstacles that they are having? Create solutions around those obstacles. They become chapters of the book. Develop it, and the book is ready. I'm a speed reading expert. I wrote a book about becoming a speed reader. Why is it that people are not reading the way that they want to read? Procrastination and distraction, busy schedule, inconsistency. These are the problems that I'm having. I now create a solution around them. I turn them these things in what's it called? Dealing with distraction and procrastination becomes a chapter, becomes a module. If you are doing a course like the speeding program, modules are like chapters. Chapters are for books, modules are for courses. Very simple. And today we have so many tools online that can give you ideas about the problems that people are having and the solutions that you can create around them. So we have artificial intelligence like Google Bard, Chat GPT. You just go there, you ask, what are the problems people are having in this area? It will roll it out for you. If I tell it to give you solutions, develop it to develop it for you. You read them to give you an idea of what is in the mind of people. One of the major ways to own content is when you are sharing your own personal experience. Everything I'm teaching you about speed reading is online. Why did you pay for the course? I organized it and I have my personal experiences. So publishing a book is good. You can also get certified. Please don't allow certification to slow you down. uh I've been doing what I've been doing for years before I became certified. So, but certification is also good. There are people that want to know the trainings you have attended before they give you access. And then try as much as you can to continually engage with your target audience. You are a single mother here. By God's grace, hard work, diligence, you have been able to raise your kids very well. There are so many single mothers that are going through stress, going through challenges, confused. Nobody plans to be a single mother, but God has helped you. Why not be a help to other people? We can all make this world a better place if we just choose to comfort other people with the same comfort that we have received. That's really what about finding your voice is all about. That's what it's really all about. All right, so I've talked about having a sense of purpose. I've talked about position yourself as an expert. Let's talk about the profit. Honestly, if you do what I've talked about, especially the second part, which is positioning yourself as an expert, you will naturally attract the profit that comes with this whole thing. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm on my boxer and I'm in my room. I was so late that I didn't see a shirt to wear. And for the past 7, 8, 9 years, I've not walked anywhere. I've been working, training. I've not like worked with maybe work under somebody. Now, there's nothing wrong in working under in a company and all of that. I did that. I worked as a secretary. I worked as an administrator. I worked as an accountant. Working in a corporate organization like that really gives you an idea. In fact, we work to learn, not to earn. So if you are working in a company right now, working with someone, please note that you are not working just because you want to earn. You're working because your work, that workspace is an opportunity to learn. Because tomorrow you are going to own something big. You need to understand administration. You need to understand customer service. You need to understand accounting and all of that. That's why you are there. So, but for me, remember I told you 10 years ago, I read a book, Purpose and Power of Men. And in that book, I said to myself after reading that book that I'm not going to work for money. I'm going to focus on becoming and I will attract money. So I have the call into coaching, into consulting. So and I've been doing that for the past 8, 9 years and it has been amazing. My influence have grown. The work also is growing. Next year, compulsorily I must get an office space because I begin to have people working with me and sometimes they come to the house. Not sometimes they come to the house 3 times, 4 times a week. And it's not always um it's not always easy working from home, especially with the toddlers that I have and all of that. So next year compulsorily I must have an office space and all of that. I need to go bigger than that. So if you do what I've mentioned so far in the second part, you are naturally going to attract profit. What do you need to do? All this knowledge, all the you see the way people come to you all the time. They are always asking you questions about relationship. They already are always asking you questions about a certain topic. It's a pointer. Oh, Funke Ayola is asking how profitable is your line of business. Just hold on. I'm going to show you towards the ending of this teaching. So you see your knowledge, your expertise, and everything. can package it in one-on-one programs. When I started my programs, my one-on-one was 25,000. Now I'm charging 250,000 for my one-on-one, and it's going to grow bigger than that. Very soon I'll be doing 1 million and all of that. Very soon I'll be doing 5 million. Ibrahim, please, Basiru, please mute your mic. So I started with 25,000, grew to 30, 40, 50, 80,000, 100, like that. Today I'm doing 250K. The more value you add to yourself, the more valuable you will become. The more valuable you will become. So you package all this your knowledge. People begin to ask you, how can I learn this thing? Tell them, can you register one-on-one with me? Let me hold you by the hand and show you step by step how I was able to overcome this, or how I'm able to get these results that you want. So many people will jump on it, and then you charge them for that one-on-one. Please, whatever knowledge, whatever expertise you have to be comfortable charging for it. You have to be comfortable charging for it. The people that pay you, they are going to have better results than those that don't pay. This is a well-proven fact. Ask any coach, any teacher, they will tell you. People who pay attention, and they get better results. Where your heart is, or where your money is, your heart will be there. So it's always good to charge people. It's good to charge them very well. They will pay more attention. Somebody that is paying 250,000 for something, you can't use it and compare somebody that is paying 5,000. Except if, of course, 5,000 at some point is like 250,000. Some persons are saying that I'm breaking at intervals. I really don't know what that is. Please, can you hear me? If you can hear me, unmute your mic. Coach Harry, I can hear you. We are rounding up now.
I can hear you very clearly, sir.
I can hear you, coach.
We can hear
Oh,
you.
thank you. And I hope you are
I
getting
can
value.
hear you. I'm getting value.
You are
Thank
getting
you.
very good value.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Progress.
David, David, please bring water for me. Water, ordinary one. All right. God, yeah, say I can hear you. Thank you so much. So I'll just continue. You charge them one-on-one for it. I want to give you an assignment. Go on Instagram, search for Sam Adeyemi, then go to his bio, click on the link there, and go and check what Sam Adeyemi is charging. Not one-on-one, no. I'm not even sure that man is available one-on-one now. What he's charging for his online video courses. The courses are already pre-recorded. All you need to do is pay, and then you have access to it. The last time I checked, his courses are about 1 point upwards. 1 point something million, 1.2 million. That's what he's charging for online video course. I'm not talking about one-on-one. Somebody was asking how profitable this line of business is. In coaching and consulting, you are the one that decide how much you want to make. So you can charge them for one-on-one. Then also, we also have group coaching. You can also charge people for group coaching. If I've charged some of you 250,000, you will not be here. If I've charged you 50,000 for my online video course, you will not be here. But I charge 5,000 naira. I charge 5,000 naira because as at that time, so many of you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't trust me yet. So you can't just throw your money at me because there are so many scammers online. So what did I do? I have what I call a low ticket offer. We have low ticket offers, medium ticket offers, high ticket offers. My high ticket offers today are my one-on-one, medium size ticket offers are my video courses, and then my low ticket offers are 5,000, 10,000 program. Please note, somebody's high ticket offer can be another person's low ticket offer. So there are people today, I'm charging 250,000 for one-on-one. They are charging 250,000 for group coaching. If you want to have them one-on-one, you pay 2M plus. So I got that marketing lesson from brands like Coca-Cola, Peak Milk. So you see them, they have Peak Milk sachet, 100 naira for the average person. They have the Peak Milk, they have the bigger size. They just want to be sure that they're able to reach out to different people at different levels of income. The person that paid 5,000 naira today can pay 1 million naira tomorrow. Okay, somebody, Wisdom Elosio is asking, how do you have okay, let me read that. How do one train to be a coach? Do you have a program for such person? Yes, I do. So I'll be introducing that at the end of this. Just stay tuned. I'll be introducing us to that at the end of this. So I was saying something. You charge them for group coaching. Charge them for group coaching also. And then you can also do a video course. Like I said, I'm going to play my video course maybe a minute so that you can see what it looks like. So that you see what it looks like. You can do a video course. Video courses are really for extremely busy people. They don't have time for those group coaching things. Even one-on-one, when they register for one-on-one, so you will not see them. I have people that have paid me 250,000, but they don't have chance. They will tell you Monday, so and so time. That Monday you will not see because they're extremely busy. So a video course will be very good for them. They can watch at their own pace, can record everything in a video professionally, host it on your website or third-party website. I'm hosting my courses on Seller. It's not my website, it's a third-party website. So when people go there, when people pay me, they pay on Seller. I get my money. Seller gets a like less than 10% commission, maybe 5% commission for using their platform, and then I get the rest. So you can also charge for video calls. You can charge for public speaking. Some of you right now, you are so good at stuff, and they will just be calling you up and down. Come and teach this, come and teach that. When are you going to put a price tag on it? That's how all of us start. We start by doing free, but at some point you put a price tag on it, because really people don't know how to appreciate. You go and teach somewhere 1 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes, 2 hours. It is when you are done. It is when you are done that they will now start thinking of what they want to give to you. You see them squeezing things inside envelope and squeezing in your hand. So upfront, you call me, you want me to come do public speaking. I'll tell you what I charge. You can also charge for mentorship. Come and mentor me, come and mentor me, come and mentor me. The people that are going to get the best out of your mentorship are those that are paying for it. What we are doing right now is mentorship, but it's not free. At least you paid something before you got here. You can also do subscriptions. Next year, I and my team, we are going to be having subscription platforms, close reading groups, where we are going to be giving a certain kind of value, and people are going to be paying a certain amount to be in that group every month. Sometimes you can pay monthly, sometimes you can pay for the whole year. You can also do that. You can charge. You can charge from your published books. Charge for your published. You can get profit from your published books. Right now, my books is 5,000 naira because of the cost of production. So I won't tell you how much I get as per profit per book. If I'm able to sell 100 copies, 1,000 copies. A school called me in Lagos. School called me in Lagos and they said, wow, they love what we are doing, blah, blah, blah. And they were talking about um 100 copies. Another one called me 1,000 copies. By the time you calculate it, even if you are getting 1,000 per book, you made a million naira. You are not doing the work again. No. The book is already there, just to print it and forward it to them. So, but let me say this before I talk about the program. Let me say this, that way beyond the money, for me, honestly, is the fulfillment that comes with this whole thing. The fulfillment is so amazing. Every day I get messages on my phone, WhatsApp, people call me, they say, thank God I met you. Since I met you, my life has been like this. I used to be this, now I'm this. I was at an event recently in Port Harcourt, and there was a widow there, and there was a widow there. And then when it was time for us to ask questions, she stood up. She said she's not asking a question. She just wants to. I wasn't the guest speaker. I came as an attendee, and then she drew attention to me. Say she wants to appreciate this man. She met me online, and then she was at a point when she was contemplating suicide. She lost her husband, and the family shut her out, accusing her of the one killing her husband. So many things and all of that. And then she came in contact with me. She started. Uh, in fact, she said she was going through something then, like they lock her in a room for is it 3 months or so. I never knew such things are still happening. She will not come out at all within that period. So instead of staying idle, she decided to use that period to start reading books. And she said she came out better. She was in a very bad corner, but she came out better because she began to pay attention to her personal growth and transformation. And you can see the joy in her face and all of that. I don't know what else is as beautiful as hearing somebody talking to you. You know, today in my church, we did what we call pastor's appreciation. And you need to see how people came out, to say, Pastor, we love you. You have been a blessing to us. This is what we came with. Somebody did a very nice frame. Somebody gave Pastor 3 million naira. Somebody gave Pastor the best. Pastor, anywhere in this Port Harcourt, look for the best suit in Port Harcourt. I'm going to take care of the accommodation. Tell me how many days you want to stay and the feeding for that period. I love that. That's a fulfilled life. That's a fulfilled life because you have been a blessing to people, and here they are reciprocating. There's no limit to what people can give to you if you touch them, if your message, if your life touches them. I wanted to say praise God. All right, so before I close,
Hallelujah.
before I close, please, we have non-Christians here. Let us respect them. Before I close, I'll just run you through my program. For those that really would like to become coaches like I'm already doing, even if you don't want to become a coach, you want to write a book, you want to have a course teaching people about your own area of expertise. So I have a program. I've been promoting it on our platform. It's called um, Purpose, Positioning, and Profit Course. Purpose, position. I've been talking about it on the platform. So we are talking about how to identify a profitable niche, become an expert in it, and earn massively from it. Rufina, your hands are raised up. I guess you want to ask a question. After that, I'm going to open the floor and then we're going to ask our questions. So purpose, position, and profit course. This is the course I came up with. Before now, I was doing strictly speed reading. I came up with this course this year because of the feedback I was getting from people. As a human, when you have people coming around you, asking you the same question, what you want to do is to build a solution around it so that when people come, you can just tell them, I've written a book concerning this thing. You can give them tips, strategies. We tell them if you want more, have a course in this area, have a book. They are going to get better results when they pay for your course, when they buy your book, than engaging them for 3 to 5 minutes. So I have a course, like I already said, it's called Purpose, Positioning, and Profit, PPP. How to identify a profitable niche. Not all niches are profitable. We want to help you to identify a profitable one, help you to become an expert in it, and you can also earn massively from it. So in that course, we are going to help you identify your niche, what your unique message is, and organizing into products like books, models for coaching programs. If I'm to teach you this alone, it costs you nothing less than 35K. Some of us have paid for programs like that, and you know what it costs. How to identify your target audience. That is the ideal customers that will buy your product. Like I rightly said, it's not everybody that is going to. You are not solving problem for the whole world. there are some group of people, that message is for. We will help you to identify them, help you to know what their pain point is, what their problems are, so that when you are talking to them, when you are doing your sales and marketing messages, you are talking directly to them. So we'll help you identify that in course of the program. Number two, I will now introduce you to my marketing system. So many of us right now, just like the lady I talked about that is doing a program on Telegram, what she needs right now is her ability to gather crowd, your ability to. Okay, let me share this. I have a mentee. I spoke to him before we came live. I've been talking to him about, because he's a teens coach, he's a teens mentor in my church, and he's very good at what he does. So I've been talking to him about creating a course for on that. So today he's going to start. I'm sorry, this week we are entering. He's going to start um his online training platform for boys. He's a boys coach, and he's having a 1 month free training program with them. So he was now telling me, because he rolled out a Google form, and he said 12 parents have registered their children. So I told him, I said 12 is very low. You should be having, how many people do you want to be on that live? He said he wants at least 100. I said, if you want 100 to be there live with you, you have to reach out to at least 1,000 people. 1,000 people have to fill that form, because at the end of the day, about 100 will come live. If I want to calculate how many people have registered from this program from January to date, we are close to 3,000. But right now, we are 63 here. So that's like 20%. Yes, about 20% that came live. So you don't expect that everybody will come live. You have to be able to shamelessly market yourself in a way that you can attract your target audience. So majority of it was on Facebook, Instagram, you saw me, and they landed on my WhatsApp. I began to send you valuable content, and at the end of the day, I was able to convert you when I talked about my program. So I do 100 leads every day, 150 leads every day, Facebook to Instagram. So when you see people 200 register for my program, 400 registered in September, is because every day I'm getting my message in the face or in the front of new people. You cannot have a WhatsApp group of 200 people. You have a message, and it's only those people in that WhatsApp group that you're always sending that thing to, and you say they are not registering. That's not how the big brands work. They spend heavily on advertising, making sure that people that have never heard about them are hearing about them on a daily basis. And even those that have heard about them, they keep hearing about them on a daily basis. That's what they do. You know, it is wrong for you to have light and put it under a bushel. You must put it on the table so that everybody can see. Let your light so shine. In fact, for me, the major word there is so shine. Let your light so shine before men. Nobody's going to do that for you. You are the one that's going to do it by yourself and for yourself. So I'll teach you how to run profitable Facebook, Instagram ads that can generate 100 leads, 150 leads, be above or below that, depending on what your budget is, because Facebook is going to be charging you per lead. Facebook is charging around, say, 100 naira per lead now, 120, 150 per lead. If you want 100 people, that means you are spending about 15,000 naira every day. But don't worry, it's investment. You are going to get that money back. You're going to get that money back. It's investment. So I'm also going to teach you how to structure your online course, create low, medium, and high ticket offers. You're going to learn how to structure this thing. So some people, I worked with somebody on a one-on-one. She decided not to do 1 month. My own program is a 1 month program. She said, no, 1 month is too long for me. I don't have that time. I'm just going to do 3 days with the people. I said, it's okay, fantastic. That's her own structure. In 3 days, she's very sure that she'll be able to tell you what you need to do in order to move you from a point of to a point of results. That's the most important thing. If you can do it in one session, go ahead. But I decided to do it reading. I decided because of my niche. My niche is reading. Try to do it in 1 month so that I can engage you, talk to you, have enough time with you. So I'll teach you how to structure it. And then I also teach you how to know what to charge. Because some of you right now, what do I charge for one-on-one? What do I charge for group coaching, consulting, FinCo? Something has been trending online. There's this guy, his name is Abu. He's accusing Davido that Davido took money from him and he's not fulfilling the part of his budget and all of that. Yesterday, I had some time to myself. The guy was on a Twitter space, so I decided to listen to him. After listening to the guy, I was checking comments. So one other guy that is close to Davido was talking about how he charged this guy 20,000, 20,000. I don't know if it's dollar or pounds now, $20,000 for consultation. See, $3,000 is about 20 million naira for consultation. And honestly, there are people that are charging way beyond that. So you need to know what you can charge. What I've noticed when it has come to charging is that if you charge 5,000, you attract people that can pay you 5,000. If you charge 100,000, you attract people that can pay you 100,000. If you charge 1 million, you attract people that can pay 1 million. It all depends on your mindset. What do you think you are worth? And it's not really about charging people. The most important thing is that you can provide that solution for them. If you are very sure you can provide that solution for them, the charge is not an issue. So that's number 5. In fact, like I said before, now I was charging 125,000 for my one-on-one, and I attended the program. Attended the program. The lady said, "I paid for a program." She's a coach, doing way better than have. She has more influence, more impact, doing way better than what I'm doing. And she said she forbids everybody on this call to charge anything less than 250,000. If you're on this call from right now, from today, go and change your price to 250. And immediately I did that, people started paying also. So that's number 5. You need to know what to charge for all of this. And then um what I'm going to do extra is that the first 10 persons that are going to pay for this program, I'm going to give them lifetime access to my online video course. That is my speed reading online video course. My speed reading online video course alone is 50,000 naira. That's my medium ticket offer that I sell to very busy executive or professionals. Is 50,000 naira. But for those that are going to pay for this course, I'm going to give them access to that for free. Somebody chatted me up today. She said, "I've gone back to my old habit. I'm not reading the way I want. Please, I want to register for the program again." I used to have people do that every month. There's no month I do this program that some people don't decide to do the program again. So I told her, why not get my online video course, lifetime access? That one you can always listen to it at your own time, at your own pace. So, but anybody that registered for the first 10 persons, that registers for this program, I'm going to give them this course worth 50,000 for free. Like I said, I promise I'm going to play the video course just 1 minute so that you can see what it looks like. So, Funke was the one that asked, how profitable is this thing? So, what I'm going to do lastly, before I take your questions, is to show you my alerts for 2023. So I have a particular bank account that is dedicated to my coaching and consulting alone. So I'm going to be showing you my alerts from that. This year, from January to date, I've done between 500,000 to almost 2 million monthly. Between 500,000 to 1.6 million monthly. So if you are seeing my screen right now, this is for January. This for January, you can see 1,016,000. Total credit 1,016,000 for January. Of course, if you're in my January group, you guys are over 400. You paid 5,000. So that's how I got that. Those groups you belong to, whatever I'm earning from there is different from those that are paying for My video course is different from those that are paying for one-on-one. And sometimes I used to do discount also. So I do 1 million here, January. February I did 550. February I did 550. March I did seven 826. 826. And then April I did 812. This is for May. I did 1.6. I think this is the highest. 1.6. June I did 1.2. July I did 1.2. August I did 1 point. I think September is the lowest. I did 419 in September. So yeah, that's between 400 to 1.6. That's what I've been able to do like on a monthly basis. The highest I've done is 1.6. The lowest I've done is 400. So yeah, this course costs for, if you want me to do this with you one on one, if you want me to do this with you one on one, it's going to cost you 250,000. But if you are joining the first 10 persons, I have two people already. The thing about PPP is that it's not like a speed reading program where you can take 100 people, 200 people. No, because you are virtually taking people from scratch, and then you have to be able to give them the necessary attention that they need. So what I do is that I take 10 people. The highest I take for August, I took only 20 people. After that 20, I stopped admitting people. So we do it every 3 months. For this November, which is the last batch for this year, we are doing 10 people for the group coaching, and it costs just 50,000 naira. But if you want me to work with you one on one, which is preferable, which is better, it's going to cost you 250 people. What I guarantee you is that if you're able to go through this program, you can be rest assured. Of course, I've shown you my alert. You can be rest assured that you can get the same result that I've gotten or even better. My new monthly income goal is 10 million naira. All I have to do is to scale everything that I've been doing so far. If I'm spending um if I'm spending 200,000 or 400,000 right now for ads on a monthly basis, all I have to do is to double it, triple it, and I'll get double result, triple results. It's as simple as that. The structure is there, everything is there. All I need to do is to scale in order to get more people on board. It's as simple as that. So if you work with me, you can be rest assured that you can get this result. Depending, sometimes between 3 to 6 months, depending on your speed of implementation and your current level. There are people right now, they don't know what they should be doing at all. So you are starting from scratch. But there are some of you are already doing stuff. You just need to package it, organize it, and then begin to project yourself. So depending on your speed of implementation and your current level, 3 to 6 months you should be doing. I'm not going to tell you this thing is going to be rosy. This is not a get rich quick syndrome. But with a coach like me or a mentor like me, you don't have to go through that route of sourcing or trying to figure out so many things by yourself. What I'm bringing on board is like my 10 years of experience so far. So if you want to be a part of this, like I already said, one-on-one 250K, and then of course um group coaching. Group coaching is just 50,000 naira for the first 10 people. I charge 100K for this. The first 10 people are going to get it for 50,000 naira, and they are going to get access to my online video course. So I forgot to write the what's it called, the account details. I'm putting it now on the screen. GTB 01299 42021. The name is Harry Owanaba. So allow. So maybe there's somebody here in your mind, you are asking, can we do a part payment? I prefer you pay in full. Or if, for instance, you don't have that 50,000, I can take 50% from you. And then by the time we are starting the program, which is going to start second week of November, you are going to pay the balance before we start. Yeah. So okay, let me play. Just give me a minute. Let me play, show you what the online video course looks like, and then I'll take your questions before we close for today. So this is my online video course. This PPP, by God's grace, next year I'm also going to register. I'm also going to do a professional video course like this for it. What video course helps you to do is that when you have a video course, you don't necessarily need to be coming online to be doing trainings over and over again. You can just focus on selling that video course, and then you can be getting a lot while you are sleeping. People are getting access to course like that. It's so amazing. So I'll just play maybe a minute to show you how it looks like. You are going to be getting this for free. 8 modules, everything I've taught so far, you are going to be getting it like this as video courses. Hello, dear listener. You're welcome to Module 1 of the Speed Reading Certificate Program. And in this module, we'll be talking about study habits of successful people. This module is divided into two. The first part, we are going to be talking about, or we'll be introducing you to study habits, while in the second part, we are going to be talking about study habits in details. Now, I need to let you know why this module is very important. Interviews have been granted, documentaries have been done. We have read biographies and autobiographies. Most successful people tend to have one thing in common. They read, and they have attributed their learning curve to one of the major reasons why they have been able to achieve their level of success. We also want to be able to do exactly what they have done so that we can get the result that they have gotten. Or we want to be able to do better than what they have done so that we can get better results. I will go ahead and show you or explain a very. All right, so that's exactly 1 minute. I don't intend to take much of your time on that. I hope it was clear. I hope you were able to hear that. Let me share this last thing before maybe I take questions or I let us go. I have I have I have jackpot plans. I don't know if that's the right word to use. I have plans to relocate um anytime soon. But I said to myself that I'm not going to leave Nigeria until I start doing at least 10 million naira monthly. I might be wrong, but I believe that if I'm able to do 10 million naira every month, I can I can live anywhere. That's what I think, based on the research that I've done so far. Some of you have traveled far and wide, so maybe you have better idea concerning it. But I just believe that if I'm doing 10 million every month, I should be able to live anywhere. So part of what I'm trying to do, Moses says is right at my back. I don't know where people are going to. So part of what I want to do, building all these courses, is that all these courses are there. You do know there are online platforms like Udemy, Skillshare. All these courses at the end of the day, you're going to put them on those courses and you can earn from any part of the world. The only thing you have to do is to just keep promoting it. Once you have done the course like this, the only thing you have to do is to keep promoting it. There's so much money on the table in coaching and then consulting, and it can only get better. Today, I don't even want to talk about different things that people coach on. I have a guy, he coaches women on how to manage their menstrual cycle. And you see loads of women paying for his courses. There's this other lady, she coaches people on etiquette, how to greet people well, how to shake hands, how to eat, how to use fork and knife. And if you see what she's doing with that stuff, she's dining with kings, presidents. So sometimes it's not really about the assignment, it's about your commitment to it. All right, so I'm going to stop here for today. I hope you learned, you got value. I'll take your questions now. Is there anybody you have a question concerning everything that I'm said so far? If you raise your hand now, we are going to take your questions. Or if not, after now, all you need to do is maybe reach out to me if you want to be part of those 10 persons that will be in the November cohort. Do I have any question or anything you want to say in respect to what we've talked about tonight? Or even if not about tonight, I'll be very, very willing to take your question before I let you go. Okay, so let me do this last thing. Mr. Moses, are you here? Is Moses here? Is Charity here? Okay, those are people that took PPP in what's it called in August. I would have
Yes, I'm
loved
here,
them to
coach.
share.
I'm here, coach.
Charity is here. Charity, very good.
Yeah,
Please, in
good
one
evening,
minute, and
coach.
just share your experience so far with us.
Oh, okay. Good evening, coach. Good evening, everyone. The PPP journey has been so amazing. Sincerely, I must say very big thank you to you, Coach Harry. So for me, permit me to say some things other than the PP,
Okay, go
other than
ahead.
the PP. Yeah. All right. So earlier this year, I was just dissatisfied with my level of achievement. I was just uncomfortable. I didn't know what to do, and I kept praying about it. And one of those days rather, as I was browsing through the internet and I saw an ad on speed reading. That was how I first encountered Kuchari, and somehow I got a WhatsApp message. But I think that same day I called Kuchari and was like, "Are you? This is what I'm going through. So much is on my head. I want to do that. I don't even know what I want." And you gave me a response like some of the response I can't really remember per se, but they were kind of comforting. But even at that, I didn't really know what to do still. And somehow you kept sending me messages, and on some occasions I'll ask you some questions, and finally you told me you have this speed reading um group coaching you do, you have one-on-one. And so somehow I was like, okay, me, I don't have money. I would have preferred that one-on-one. So you were like, okay, why don't I do the group? Join the group, the WhatsApp group, since that's what I can afford at the moment. I said okay, but somehow I drew back, and somehow after like maybe 2 weeks or thereabouts, I saw your message and I decided to check, and I think there was a promo going on. I don't know what was actually happening there. As at then, the group coaching was for 5,000 naira, but it was slated to 2,000. I think I had that money, so immediately I rushed and I paid it in, and that was how I joined the April speed reading group. And after that, it was fine, and I tried to practice some of the things that were taught during the speed reading, but I wasn't very consistent. But one of the things that kept me going was this family meeting. And during the family meeting, you made mention of this PP. You talked about your purpose, how you can get a niche, how you can, the first time you mentioned it, I kept thinking about it. I brooded over it. I didn't know how to go about it because as at then I actually didn't have the money, but it sounds like something that I would want to do because of this dissatisfaction that I kept feeling on the inside of me. Okay, I really cannot say what I wanted at that moment, but I knew that there's something that was missing. And one of the things that kept dominating my thoughts was purpose, living a purposeful life, living a purposeful life. And earlier this year, I managed to finish a book on a purpose-driven life by
Rick
Warren.
Warren.
Yes, requiring. So for me, it kind of made a little sense when you made mention of purpose, profit, and then. So somehow after one of the meetings, I decided to borrow money. I'm like, okay, no matter what, I'm just going to borrow money from somewhere and just pay for this course. I don't know. I just have to take the risk. And I think after the meeting that same day, it was a Sunday, I just transferred the money. I was afraid doing
You
that,
were the
but
first person that paid for that course.
yes, I did that afraid. Really, I was afraid because I really do not know what I'm going to meet there. But I was like, where I am at the moment, I'm not comfortable. So why don't I just take the risks? And if you remember Kuchari, after I made that payment, I think I called, was it the following day? And I kept asking, I said, see, I borrowed this money. Are you sure this will be worth it? Because, I just told you that at the moment, I don't even understand. I don't know, but I know that I have a lot going on. I know that where I am is not where I should be. Somehow you're like, yeah, be positive and you're going to, there's so much that you're going to learn from it. And somehow the journey started. And we started with the marketing aspect of the course, and like Kochari told us that it's important to understand this marketing aspect of it, because you might have a message, but if you don't know how to market it, it will just be all in vain. So we started with the marketing aspect of it, though it was not it's not been easy, sincerely. And one of the things you told us at the beginning of that training was that you are going to be doing things that you are not used to. You are going to be doing things that you're not comfortable with. So for us, you already passed that message. So when I started seeing so many discomforting things, I was like, God of mercy. At some point, I was like, I hope I'm not going to waste this money that I have invested. But over time, we kept going, we kept pushing. At some point, I had to call you. If you remember, I was like, this is what I'm going through. So many things just started as if things were just working against the class and all that. But somehow, it started making sense, you get. And when we got to the point of talking about your niche, my eyes started opening. Okay, all right. So before now, I sell fabric, and I also work as a health and safety professional. So I used to think that since I sell fabric, of course my niche should be fashion, you get. But there's a part of me that knows that I can train people on, starting a fabric business, but it hasn't really clicked until after we had the class on shape, and Kuchari talked about the niche. I think it was the niche first before the shape, yeah. And he started talking about the top three niches. You have the finance, the health, and the relationship. And when he started expatiating on all of those niches, it dawned on me that, oh, okay, so it's not really my niche is actually finance, because there's an aspect of my business that has to do with training people on how to start a fabric business without even having any money. And the truth is, after that class and up until now, experiences that I've had starting up this fabric, doing the fabric business, using a particular model of doing this business, I didn't start with any money. I didn't. So it started dawning on me that, oh, actually I can train people on this, and I can actually market to people that yes, you can start up a fabric business without any money. So I can actually create a course on that. And the last class we had, we talked about structuring, and Kuchari taught us about using the chat GPT, and it's been so amazing that I've been able to, yesterday I had to go through it, and I was able to come out with some course models on how to actually go about that. Okay, that's just one of it. Also, it dawned on me that, okay, I'm actually a health and safety professional. Wow, that's another niche again, health. I sincerely, I never thought about it, because for me, when you're talking about health, you just have to be medically inclined, maybe a physiotherapist, a medical person, a doctor, or a pharmacist. My first degree is industrial chemistry. But again, what I do, part of what I do as a health and safety professional is there's an aspect that of course, every week, like tomorrow, I'm going to be having a meeting with the workers I work with on site, and most of my topics falls within health, safety. And basically, when you talk about health, permit me to say that it's a general well-being, your physical, mental, and social well-being. It doesn't have to. Oftentimes, when we talk about health, most of us just think, okay, it's just physical. Okay, malaria. No. Mental health is another part, emotional health, and oh, and I've been doing this unknown to me. I just go there and I'm talking about health, telling them mental health, how to manage stress so that you don't allow accidents happen on site. Okay, don't on me again that, oh, this is another niche that I can actually work on. And during that meeting, during that lecture, someone even came and like, okay, we can collaborate. And she's a health professional. She's a nurse. So the journey has been so amazing, and I want to encourage anyone that is here. Maybe you're contemplating, is this worth it, or is this just this guy just talking? No, sincerely, you're going to discover yourself. You're going to discover who you are. I'm on a journey of discovery, and it's been from one level of discovery to another. And another thing I have picked from this is oftentimes I feel I have to have it 100% before talking to other people about what I already
Mm,
know. But from
mm,
this PP experience, I realized that you have to give what you have, and as you give, you get feed up again, and from there you keep growing and growing. So right now,
wow.
I'm already gathering confidence on how to go about um, my course and how to. In fact, 2024, I'm looking forward to it because I know that by God's grace, I'm going to be launching out on some things, and yeah, so many more things that I might not be able to share with us now. I might not even remember all of it, but it's a risk worth taking. Yeah, it is. And Coach Harry, I want to use the opportunity to say a very big thank you to you. You've been a huge blessing, and thank you for saying yes to God. God bless you. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you so much. Thank you so much, Charity. Wow. You see that fulfillment I talked about now. Okay, let me allow Ina Chuku Abugu. Are you here? Abugu is doing a one-on-one with me right now. I'm seeing you here, but I don't know if you can hear me. Ina
Yes, I
Chuku
can hear
Abugu.
you. Good evening, sir.
Okay, so I'm working. I'm working with Abugu right now on a one-on-one. I'd like you to also share your experience so far. If you can do 2 minutes, I'll be very happy.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Good evening, everyone. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. First of all, I want to appreciate you, Coach Ari, because it's been an exciting journey working with you. All right. I'm just thinking I want to make everything to be 2 minutes. I'm not thinking. Okay, let me see how far I can go. Okay, so good evening, everyone, once again. So, indeed, it has been a great journey working with Coach Ari. I was able to take the speed reading program. I think that was around June, and so far I've been able to, I think at least for this year, I've read over 35 books so far, and
Wow.
I've been experiencing massive growth. So at a point, I felt that, okay, if I had this kind of passion for reading, and I think I could actually begin to take a look at the speed reading program as well and see how I can actually participate in it. Okay, so I reached out to him and told him that I would love to, learn how to have my own speed reading program. So he suggested that I could just go for a one-on-one section. Told me it's 250,000 naira, So honestly, I was blown away when he told me the cost. Whenever I want to get something done, there's usually going to be a challenge, right? There's a phrase that disruption always follows intention. So whenever you want to aim at something, there will always be a challenging force, just like the law, or one of the laws of physics, that for every, you know, action, there's always an equal and opposite reaction. So when he told me the amount, at a point I was like, wow, can I really afford to get this done? But I just took a step of faith and I began by making part payment, and at least he was able to also subsidize it for me. So I was able to make part payment. Until now, I'm yet to even complete it. But at least I've paid over 70 up to 7% so far. But the interesting thing is that one major transformation I experienced is first I was able to complete one of the books I've been trying to write for a long time, and he saw me through. I'm able to complete my first book titled "Dominate Your World," and he gave me a lot of support to help me to complete the book because at a point I was like, wow, how can I get this thing done? In fact, there were a lot of things I didn't do well. So when I sent in the experiences, add this and do this. So he was able to give me the enough guide I needed. And right now, as we speak, I'm already making plans on setting up my own speed reading program, which by the grace of God, I should be launching it by next day. That is the goal we are working on. Between now and January, I should, launch my speed reading program and begin to also train people. Meanwhile, I've been able to get over 30 his own speed reading program as an affiliate, and that's also giving me extra money from that angle. It's also supported me paying for the mentorship program. So in all, he has been a blessing to me. And I want to encourage anyone here, if you really want to experience some personal life, you have to take the bold step. Okay, it's not going to be easy. And if you want to actually grow, you cannot do that in your comfort zone. One of the things that keeps most of us back is fear and self-limiting belief. We'll be like, can I really do this? Can I get me encouraging you that anything you set your mind to do, you can actually do it. And then you can actually achieve the goal. So once again, I want to appreciate Coach Ari for his support, for his mentorship, for his guide, for his encouragement. And I want to say that may God continue to bless him. And everyone here, I also want to appreciate you all for being part of the program. And I believe that through his support as well and through the grace of God, you all can also achieve your goals. Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Wow, you're welcome, Abugu. One major advantage that Abugu has is that we have like passion. So Abugu is that guy that is really strong in reading, personal growth, transformation. So I sold the idea to him. I said instead of going to create another course, why not just do a course exactly like what I'm doing, speed reading. So from my experience with him, I have this drive to raise about 10 speed readers 10 speed readers in 2024. And the reason why I'm doing that is that honestly, I don't know what the next phase of my life will be. I don't know if I'm going to, I don't know how long I'm going to be still doing speed reading stuff. I don't know. So, but I want to be sure that there are other people that are, I've been able to pour myself into other people. So, one major advantage that someone like Korean Achuko Abugu has is that I'm giving him all my resources for free. Like, he's not going to, for instance, we have a document, we call it a business model canvas, where you have to answer some questions. He's not answering any question. I'm just giving him like that, boom. All he has to do is maybe look at it and then maybe add one or two things. He's going to have access to all of my courses and he has the liberty to use them. So he didn't also mention this. Right now, he's working strongly on his YouTube channel. He has to. I forced him, so he's already doing that. He has a YouTube channel that he has abandoned, but right now we have gone back to it. He has started shooting videos and all of that. So I just said that to mean that, and just like Charity said, if you are coming on board, just be ready that it's not going to be an easy ride. Coach Charity is going to push you. I'm going to ginger you. And I will not be patient with you. There are sometimes I will tell you that I'm not having any session with you until you have done what I asked to do last. The program is 1 month, but sometimes we can stay 3 months because you are procrastinating until we get that thing done. So, but I believe that at the end of the day, if you're able to pull through, you will get the result that you want, and you also can be sharing, results like every other person is doing. All right, so I don't know, do we have Moses Agbelu here? If not, I would like to call it a night. Moses, are you here? Okay, he's no longer here. Please, do you have any question? Hey, let me check the chat. I saw somebody asking me a question. He said, is it compulsory that you get a professional videographer? This from Oluwatosin Balogun. No, it is not. It is not. You can even use what's it called? Platform like Google Meet like this or Zoom and record your video course. But it's just that there's a difference between what we are doing now and that one I played. That one looks more professional. And like I said, my Jackpot plans, there are some big platforms that I would like to put these things on. And they have kind of specifications like this. So I decided to go all the way to get it done. So if you are in my group coaching session, that is speed reading, you see that I did I did videos for all of those things. PowerPoint, voiceover. My face was not even showing. It's also a video course. And I've paid for video courses 50,000. I did not see the face of the coach throughout because everything was on slide. Most important thing, I was getting the message. But I decided to go all the way to get it done this way, just to be sure that most of the major platforms I would like to put it on the long run, I will not have any issue at all. So yeah, that will be all for tonight. Please, if I didn't answer your question, I'm scrolling down. I'm not seeing any other question. How do one get over inferiority complex, and how are you able to overcome overcome the oppress you encountered in your dream. Okay, yeah. So I don't know if I'll be able to go into this. Inferiority complex, do the things that you are afraid of doing. Just go ahead and get them done. Most people that have complex issues because they are really not self-aware of themselves. So you need to also go for knowledge. How I was able to overcome all those oppression, I went for knowledge. I went for knowledge. If you are here, you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, and you are having issues with suppression, all you need is knowledge. For those that are Christian, I can easily recommend books like The Triumphant Church by Kenneth Hagin. The Triumphant Church by Kenneth Hagin, one of the best books I've read on spiritual warfare. Um, The Authority of the Believer, Kenneth Hagin. Um, Spiritual Warfare, Chris Ojigbani. That was the book that delivered me. Spiritual warfare, Chris Ojigbani. Before then, I used to think that I need somebody to lay hands on me and all of that. That works, but that was not my own case because they laid hands on me. I prayed, I fasted until I got the knowledge required. It was just one revelation, and then those things are gone. What's your name on Facebook? Okay, so I'm Harry Owanaba on Facebook. You chat me on If you chat me on WhatsApp, I'll give you my link. You just click and then you go there. Omolola is saying, can't wait to be part of the group, coach. I'll prefer the one-on-one, but let me start with the group first. Very good. So all you need to do is just to chat me up. Like I said, I'm working with just 10 persons. Just chat me up after now. Once you make payment, you get access to the group, and then further information will be given there. I'm looking forward to coaching you. I'm bringing out the best in you from those that are joining this training now and those that are joining in August. The goal is that from now to January, let's see if the possibility of getting your course also ready. All right, thank you so much, everybody. It has been an amazing discourse tonight. Like I said, I'm going to try all I can to ensure that I keep doing this on a weekly basis, different topics. If you have something very amazing you can teach, please reach out to me. Let's see what we can keep doing together. Um, Charity spoke very well. Maybe she should do something on stress for us upper week or next week. It is very important. Even me, I'm stressed, doing too much work, sometimes with little rest. Every now and then, migraine. Let's see whether she can help me with one or two tips that can help my life. So that's how we're doing it. All you need to do is just reach out to me. I'm seeing some hands raised up. Freddy Singh, do you have a question? Because I'm closing this live now. Does Fredison have a question? Rosemary, do you have a question? Rosemary Chinyaka, do you have a question? Okay, so those books I mentioned, Authority of the Believer, Kenneth Hagin, The Triumphant Church, Kenneth Hagin, Spiritual Warfare, Chris Ojigbani. Okay, I guess Fredison, your hand is raised, but you don't know. Rosemary's hand is raised also, but you don't know. Martha said I have not answered her question. Please, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I don't know. I'm at the question session now. How can I get parenting books and sites to download? Okay, sites to download pdfdrive.com. If you need books on parenting, please follow Coach Wendy Ologe. Buy all her books on parenting. I'm writing her name down. Coach Wendy Ologe. That's my parent coach. I'll be registering for her 1 year program next year. Just follow that lady. If you want anything parenting, just follow that lady. Buy all of her books. Follow her on YouTube. Listen, she has a very thriving community on Facebook. It's called the Intentional Parents. Just follow her and listen to her. She's an amazing coach on parenting. Then pdfdrive.com. pdfdrive.com. You can get free books to download there. All right, that'll be all for tonight. Thank you so much for coming live today. I'm about to end this call right now. Thank you so much. Martha, you're welcome. Bridget Somi, you're welcome. Moses Okuse, God replenish you. Thank you. Amen to your prayers. Armstrong Bala, Ibitola Adu, thank you. Let me stop this recording. Esther, thank you. You're welcome.
Coach, thank you very much.